I technically should not talk about politics here, but this isn't politics strictly, rather its interpretation. So, if you've surfed the interwebs before, you may or may not heard this notion that politics in video games is bad. There are tons of videos to confirm or deny said theory, but I'm not here to entertain either side, I'm here to give it my own spin. So, as is always the case with such wide topics as politics, people generally disagree on what politics in entertainment even is. Some people get annoyed when the political stuff they don't support gets mentioned all too often. Some people get annoyed when the game they play doesn't have any political message at all, while dabbling in overtly political themes. Some people dislike when a prominent creator of the game is outspoken about some contentious political topics, or has some troubled past regarding it. The key similarity in all but the most autistic case is usually simple irritation. It's not that the entire field of politics is a taboo for video games, it's that games they're angry at struck a particular nerve, usually in regard to topical or current politics. There's a reason people generally don't like to talk about politics at the dinner table, and there's a reason why a lot of historians are wary of talking about events younger than some odd 20 to 30 years. Current politics is contentious and may often end badly for both recipients, not to mention that only in retrospect can we actually gain any sort of knowledge from it. But that's besides the topic. I guess my biggest advice in regards of using politics in your work is to try and not use anything that deliberately references current day politics. A politically neutral story about daring rebels fighting an evil corrupt empire suddenly gets a lot more controversial if real names or events are attached to either side. Another advice would be to not be overly or overtly preachy. People in general don't really like when other people try telling them what to do, and a quote-unquote good moral shouldn't clash with gameplay or story. Stuff with political messages that people like is usually liked because of their good gameplay or story first, and only then because of their moral message about how being bad is bad or whatever. And that's about it, really. If you want to cover some political topic in your story, don't use real names and events, don't annoy people with your message, and preferably don't strawman your ideological opponents. Shame that people don't really think that far ahead.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat. Now, the coconut nut is a big, big nut, but this delicious nut is not a nut.
There's a poll in the comments. Go vote for it! Or don't. Your loss, really.